Well, moving on to the big news just coming in. Railways Minister D.V. Sadananda Gowda has come on to speak about the railway budget. So this is the big news that is just coming in. Railway budget will be presented in the first week of July is what Sadananda Gowda has said. The proposal on high-speed railway has come before the Ministry of Railways, and he will be mulling over the same. So in the first week of July, we will see Sadananda Gowda's first ever railway budget. What will it have in store for Karnataka, for Bengaluru, is something we have to wait and watch. My colleague Varghese joins us with more details on this. Well, Varghese, what more can you tell us?
It is a very expected budget, Nishita. In fact, we might be looking at long-term reforms also being introduced through this budget. There's been talk about introducing the bullet trains into the system, so we must see whether this budget in fact holds the ground layout for that infrastructure, and whether it will be possible to in fact build upon that particular quadrilateral that they've been talking about, especially connecting the 4 metros, Chennai, Mumbai, Kolkata and New Delhi. So it is a very highly, it's a railway budget that is being that will be presented with a lot of high expectations from the people. Also, we might be looking at increase in fares of the passengers tariffs, so as to in fact improve upon the services by the railway. Clearly, it is going to be a big task, with the results of in fact making sure that the railway is back on track on the financial front, Nishita.
Right, thank you for joining us with all those details there, Varghese. Well, Housing Minister Ambarish has been in the centre of a controversy ever since his involvement in the Muda scam came to light. But Ambarish has always claimed that he had gifted the property and not made money from it. However, documents pertaining to Ambarish's site allocated by Muda have a different story to narrate. In 1999, when Ambarish was the Lok Sabha member, he had taken possession of the site from Muda. To get the site, Ambarish had in fact stated that he is not in possession of a house and that his annual income was just 80,000 rupees. Once in possession of the land with the survey number 917, he divided the 50 by 80 property into 2 halves. He registered the first half of his property on the 6th of Jan and sold it within 18 days to Govinda Raju of Mysore in 2004 for 1.75 lakh rupees. The other part was given to his associate Sajidananda's relative Ajit on the 16th of August 2011 for 3,87,000 rupees. Let's listen to what Muda Commissioner Mathai had to say.
ಯಾವುದೇ ನಿವೇಶನಗಳನ್ನು 2 ಭಾಗ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. 2 ಭಾಗ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ರೂಲ್ ಇದೆ. ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ 56 ಮೀಟರ್ ಇರುವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿದೆ. ಅದು ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅದು ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ.
And moving on now, a 23-year-old techie from Jharkhand was allegedly raped in her PG accommodation last Friday. Now, the Additional Commissioner Kamal Pant has stated that a suspect has been taken into custody. The Additional Commissioner also stated that extra information regarding the matter will be given later. On the other hand, Kamal Pant has asked the new PG accommodations to be cautious. He's also asked them to adhere to basic security measures. Well, PG accommodations have been mushrooming across the city in the wake of many professionals coming into the city in search of job as well as education. And these PG accommodations many a times lack basic facilities such as security. And in one shocking case that was reported last Friday, a woman, a professional in Electronic City, was raped in her own PG accommodation in the dead of the night. While her roommate claims that she had locked the door as usual and thrown the key inside, on the other hand, the victim claims that the middle-aged man had barged into her house, had threatened her at knife point and had raped her. She's currently undergoing treatment, and Kamal Pant, who is the Additional Commissioner for Law and Order, has gone on to confirm that one suspect has been taken into custody based on the description that was given by the victim. And well, anxious parents of engineering students missing in Himachal Pradesh reached the airport, from where they will be taken to the tragedy site by a special flight. Earlier in the day, the parents had gathered at VNR College. Relatives of some of the missing students sat on a protest at the college premises in Bachupalli on the city outskirts of Hyderabad, alleging negligence in providing them information. Meanwhile, the NDRF is still trying to trace the bodies of the students who were washed away when they were clicking pictures at the Beas River. A special team has been sent for the salvage operations. 5 bodies have been fished out from the river by the team. Yesterday, 24 people were washed away when they were taking pictures. Of the 24, 18 are male students while 6 are female. The students belong to Hyderabad's VNR Vijnana Jyoti Engineering College. Around 48 students had left Hyderabad for the excursion. Well, 5 bodies have been retrieved, and officials say that there is a very slim chance that any of the victims will be found alive. At least 24 students, including 6 girls of the college, were reported missing after the strong currents in the mighty Beas River washed them away. Their chances of survival is said to be very bleak. More than 47 students and faculty members were on an excursion to the picturesque tourist resort of Manali. Some of them were getting themselves photographed on the banks of the river in Thalot area near the Hanugi Mata temple when they were reportedly washed away when the water level rose after the discharge from a reservoir of the 126 megawatt Largi hydel power project around 2 kilometers away. Human Resources Development Minister Smriti Irani has also visited the spot. There we see the newly appointed Union Minister who has come in to take stock of the situation. Well, the incident took place in Thalot on Manali-Kiratpur highway, which is about 40 kilometers from the district headquarters Mandi. A massive search operation was launched to track the students, but there was no success due to darkness. The victims were traveling in 2 buses. Welcome back. Well, Pakistani Taliban commander Abdullah Bahar has claimed that the attack on Jinnah International Airport in the Pakistani port city of Karachi is to avenge the death of Hakimullah Mahsood, the militant outfit's former head who was killed in a drone attack in November. On the other hand, Hafiz Saeed, the mastermind of the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks and chief of Jamaat-ud-Dawa, blamed Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his new security team for the Karachi attacks, despite the Tehreek-e-Taliban claiming responsibility for the incident. Saeed took to Twitter to blame Modi for the attacks. This is what Hafiz Saeed posted on Twitter. Karachi airport is an attack on Pakistan. Modi's new security team is behind this act of war by India. Nation knows the real enemy. And meanwhile, Pakistani media has reported that at least 23 people have been killed, including all 10 of the attackers. Pakistani forces were combing through the terminal and would hand it back to the civilian authority later today. The attack started late on Sunday when gunmen disguised as police guards stormed the terminal after opening fire with machine guns and a rocket launcher. Fresh firing is being reported from the workshop area. Security forces believe 3 more terrorists are present in the airport area, as they can hear the gunshot noises. But 24 people are reportedly dead so far.